All right. Play the game. Again. All right. I've been thinking. So, by having access to the Ikran all the time, at a moment's notice, it's going to just destroy all. It's gonna really devalue climbing up the mountains, and I don't want that. So, I think we're gonna use some kind of honor rule for when we can call the Ikran, and I'm thinking the rule should be that we need to consume a certain number, like we need to sacrifice some items to call the Ikran. So it's a choice to call the Ikran or not. If we want to call the Ikran to fast travel or to like fly us up a mountaintop, then that should be costly. And what we'll do is we'll have a rule that says that you need to just kind of consume some precious items before calling the Ikran every time. I think we'll use like really high grade food, which for now I can't even cook. Like I don't even know how to make exquisite food. I've gotten it as a loot reward a few times, and we might be able to buy it for clan favor. But that's fine. That's a good thing. That's okay. That just means that that's the price for calling the Ikran. And then once you have the Ikran, I don't know if there should be a limit to how long we can stay on it. Not sure. But if there is going to be a limit, the way I'll do it is we're just going to constantly use the speed burst, which will deplete the Ikran's food bar. And we gotta like feed the Ikran all the time. And that will limit how long we can stay on the bird. It will not fall next time, I won't. So Vaun is gonna...
out to the Five Sisters tomorrow?
Vaun...
Sounds good. I always loved the legend of their name.
Vaun's gonna try again on the Ikran. She was the one who was traumatized by failing and falling down. Wait, am I on the wrong save now? I think I am, actually. I'm on my backup save now. Or my secondary save, you could say. I was on the wrong save. The reason I loaded up my secondary save, I did that off stream. It was to... What I did was I loaded the secondary save. I got an Ikran on my secondary save, which just happened to be very near that quest. And by doing that, I got to test... I was going to test if the Ikran depleted its food bar. I was just testing the Ikran resource mechanics, and I was just disappointed to find that the Ikran doesn't lose food, except when it's wounded, and except when you use speed burst. Use the stamina. The Ikran never loses food bar, even if you're flying around on slow mode. It doesn't lose food while the Ikran is dismounted and just sitting there, you know? It's only when you're flapping the wings, or when you're recovering HP from like damage that the Ikran uses food. That's why I was on the other save off stream. So beautiful. I don't think we have any food worthy of the maybe this one. Extravaganza egg fry. What food is that? Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this recipe has an inherent quality level. My thinking is we need to just sacrifice some rare food every time we want to summon the Ikran as a price to gatekeep access to it, to meter that resource. All of these things have the same icon. Although, I mean, there's recipes and then there's specialties. Whatever that is. We're gonna walk to the home tree. My dog, Fenris, wants attention.
I think I hear someone.
There he is.
It is your sister coming to join us?
You are Sarentu. Hello. And where is this terrifying beast?
Very close to Leaning Blade, you can see the island from the encampment itself.
And you say there are animal corpses strewn about.
Not just animals, sky people too.
An island full of corpses. I see. It should be easy enough to avoid.
A very wasteful use of my hard drive storage space for recording video games. Although, I suppose Fenris is very cute. My dog Fenris is actually quite nervous dog. He can become protective of like an item and bite people. But that's why I have the strategy of just kind of poking him everywhere. I just want him to get used to getting poked and prodded and have things happen to him. and just kind of get desensitized to every possible conceivable thing that could happen to him. That way, he's not gonna randomly attack some stranger when he meets one. The strangers won't be able to accidentally trigger him because he'll be diffused by having been desensitized to all the random things that could happen to him.
Yes, this one will do nicely. Do you seek the discarded blades of bladewing moths? One is lurking nearby.
Thank you for these gifts.
I'm not sure that was good or not. Oh wait. Fuck. That's the... Oh no. Disharmony. So now we're on the shit list. We were supposed to help that animal. Well, the Navi will refuse to talk to me now because we have disharmony, then I think that's the time to go to the resistance base. Alright, so one more honor roll. I was thinking about this, and I think we should not allow ourselves... I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna break my rule right now. Do this. And craft more arrows, right? I think we should not allow ourselves to craft outside of any camp, because, to be blunt, the arrows are far better weapons for breaking the video game than like the rifle and especially the shotgun. And the reason for that is that if you sit at very long range and snipe human enemies, they won't really know that you're there. Like, they're not. They'll have their set patrol paths, and they're never gonna really find you, right? So I think that we should limit how much sniper ammo we take on a mission. And a way to limit that is to just disallow ourselves from crafting in the field, because the bows don't carry that many shots.
What do you suppose we will do once the Sky People leave? Just live our lives, I suppose.
Yeah.
A Sarentu here. Welcome.
the bows have very little ammo in the quiver,
How are you feeling? Should we keep gathering?
but you have a lot of ammo
I am
if
a
you
bit
count
dizzy.
the 20
Do you
branches
think
that you're
it's the
carrying
big one getting
around.
into my head? It is possible. Let us gather a bit more.
So,
Then we can rest.
by just limiting the crafting, by just throttling the crafting, you won't have so much sniper ammo when clearing out some kind of RDA site, so you won't be able to abuse it so much. So we should really be careful to not overuse our arrows. Also, I should be reading reading some entries. Alright, here's a good example. We use our bows a little bit, but if we do that, we start running out. Whoa! You see how OP sniping is? That's why we should limit it. This is not a destructible object. Isn't this a quest? I feel like I remember there were some people talking about an aircraft going down or something a long time ago. A mighty storm glider crashed in the forest. On Lead Ridge, are we there? No. So this is not it. And the storm glider, honestly, sounds more like a fierce beast than like an aircraft. Wait, isn't disharmony supposed to prevent us from using Navi senses, according to the tutorial? We must not be, I might regret this.
Are you Nutly or Beast? Either way, I mean no harm.
Alright, let's abort.
Each day out in the forest is one more gift from Ewa. If you enjoy cooking, you might enjoy this ingredient from beyond the Kingdom forest.
Thank you for these gifts.
I think it's time to read some kind of entry somewhere. I'm gonna save the Hunter's Guide for last. Because it's the biggest one. We've done all of these. Recipes. A nicked sire that will quench a sweet tooth with his dark nectar and fruits. A sweet spineberry fruit elevates the dish, cutting the gamey toast of the meat, a meal worth the risk. Thanator? Risk? I don't know. A veritable omelette within a huge mushroom. The insides are steamed well and the texture is nice and spongy. Egg meat skewer, a lean meat skewer with additional robustness from a generous egg wash. Mixed meat skewer, a skewer with alternating chunks of lean and fatty meats, combining the best of both worlds. Oh, that's that sounds kind of nice. A rich meat roast with veins of marbled fat running through it. Alternating chunks of fruit and meat, skewered and grilled together in a marriage of sweet and savory. A hearthy baked helping of fruit salad and fatty steak. Grilled fish with a side of sweet salsa made from fresh fruits. Lightly baked fruits contrast pleasantly with the savory egg in this colorful egg fry. Delicious portion of tangy fruit chunks and savory piece of mushroom. A hearty meat roast infused with spiced leaf. One egg fry won't do, just stack two on top of each other. Yeah, I think for like natural ingredients and stuff that existed, you know, before technology and stuff. Like these days, we can just put sugar and salt and other, you know, other tasty chemicals on things. But back in the day, you know, you didn't really have those spices, but you didn't have that stuff. And I'm not saying putting sugar on everything is healthy, just it is very tasty. Yeah, of those like natural ingredients that I know about or whatever, I honestly think mushrooms, like cooked mushrooms, kind of your best bet for some nice taste. Mushrooms do have quite a bit of taste if you heat treat them.
Now, please listen closely. What I am telling you here is important. Ah, hello. I hope the forest brought you joy today. What is the river if not the water that flows through her? And yet while the water flows away by its stream.
I needed that break. Thank you.
No need. It lets us appreciate Ewa's beauty.
Always nice to see a friendly face. Hello.
Yeah, I don't think the disharmony lasted very long. Navi sent his work. Navi talked to us, so I don't think we're on the shit list. Oh yeah, I just realized something. There is a room full of loot over here that we never picked up. We stealth. We did a stealth destroy. We did a stealth attack on that base, so there should be a lot of loot in that loot room. Oh, this thing is tagged.
Hey there. It's okay. That's better, isn't it?
You know, I was gonna shoot this thing. I was planning to shoot it, but then I realized that would literally put me on the shit list again. Perhaps for longer this time. You see this climbing? This is the reason we need to meter the Ekron, because no reason to do this if you have the Ekron.
Thank you for these gifts.
You do have the option of just punching them. You know, I'm looking forward to playing this game on a no death challenge run with like a friend. And also perhaps with some kind of game rebalance mods that fixes a few of those issues that I'm using house rules to circumvent right now. Also, much more speculative. I mean, this is not really on the table, but wouldn't it be really sick if there was like an FPS like almost MMO that was like based on this? Like, that would be so cool. It was like not sure what it would be. I guess it would have a lot of theme park content, I suppose, just like this game does, but maybe also some kind of like economy, PvP, or whatever. Although if they did that, they would need to make sort of a human. There'd need to be like an RDA team as well that you could play on.
We need to redo the inventory. These numbers aren't right.
Hey, if you're not busy, I'm not sure who to talk to about this. I don't know how... maybe I shouldn't say anything.
It's okay. You can tell me, Jin.
Okay, thanks. It's Danny. She normally goes out with the others on their usual routes. But lately, she's been going off the beaten path. The others say she last went southeast all the way into the crater. And when she's back, she won't even look at me. deflects whenever I ask her questions. Never a good time to talk.
She's mad at you?
Ha, no. Yeah, I wish it were that simple. But I know her. No, this is something else. I think this is my fault. A while ago, I brought up a topic that, in all fairness, I knew she didn't like. I figured the timing was okay and that she... You know what? It's not important.
I can check up on her if you'd like.
Listen, Danny's the toughest person I know. But this place is dangerous, as you know. I don't need to know where she's going or what she's doing. I just need to know she's okay.
Ah, the crafting bench. Now we're permitted. Restock our arrows.
Yes, I was talking to the fridge. Helps me focus while I work on it.
Oh, this one's better. It has a shellbreaker arrow. Which I'm assuming is an armor destroyer. Which is definitely... Yes, that is definitely what you want, I assure. Oh, it uses parts? Brutal. One part. Alright. Those are precious arrows. Alright. Bow number 1. Storm arrow, grenade arrow, poisoned arrow, flame arrow, grenade. You know, I think if this is a stun that lets you melee an amp suit, that's actually insane. Hey, maybe what we should do about the bow thing is we should just disallow regular arrows and allow only special arrows. Because this uses parts, right? I think all of this uses parts. Storm, grenade, poison. But this one uses, this one just uses the acrid pod, which is a very renewable, much more renewable resource. But that's still better than sticks, which is infinitely renewable. But, yeah. Shellbreaker and poison. Yeah, that uses the... That's just the acrid pod, right? Yeah. Alright, we'll use this weapon for a while. The stash. I don't know what it's sorting by. This way the superior ones are on the top. This is not that. Superior, superior, superior. So there's this one, and there's this one. This one is fine. This one is fine. Only this one has superior on top. Exquisite. Wait. With this one, we end up with a duplicate here. Oh wait. Wait, what? So now it's here. I click on this and then it's there. I click on this and what? Well now it works. Earlier it kind of didn't. It like reorders. That's no good. Alright. Alright, that's how we do it. We go with alphabetical. Alright, now we have the superior ingredients equipped. Oh yeah, we'll visit the base first because they might have designs for me. So before we craft, let's try to get the latest designs. Hello? Locked for some reason. I'm planning to buy a couch so that my dog can be sort of sitting next to me on my lap. Because he has to put in a lot of effort to be on my lap right now. He has to like stretch.
You're back.
He's paying a heavy price to do this. But he does it anyway because he loves me so much.
Duct tape won't fix.
Or loves my attention anyway.
I wonder if the Aranahet know how to use radios. I could show them. I heard the Aranahet really hate humans, but probably not all of them.
A lot of this stuff was designed to be replaced, not fixed.
You know, that plotline about the walkie-talkie that Talon is keeping,
Sick could use a few upgrades, I think. Nothing major.
I want to say that I think it's actually quite likely we will have a betrayal near the end of the game in the plot. But I feel like that's only the case because somebody who's writing the game's plot will have wanted a cool twist or something, right? But it doesn't really make any sense. Like I understand that this guy is more comfortable with
I'm still pinching myself I made it out here.
He's much more comfortable inside the human buildings and stuff. Like, I understand that, but that's not a reason to, like, sell us out to Mercer, right? Because we have the humans here in the resistance base, right? So I don't think the betrayal that I think will happen doesn't really make sense, but I just feel like it's too, gonna be too tempting to not do that for the cool twist it would be, you know? But yeah, I'm predicting a betrayal because it would be so dramatic. But I'm also saying that if it does happen, it's kind of stupid. All right, we have a lot of clan favor. Nimoon. Your food preferences. Yes, food preferences. Oh, we have a premium. It's from our. I bought the gold pack or whatever, the gold edition, the one that had the season pass. I like this. I think I like the color scheme. I also like the headgear and the stuff, the equipment. Headgear. Nothing. Ah, we don't get the other ones. We gotta find them later. We can also take this package. I kind of like it. But these, whatever these are called, these tassels could be, these tassels. You're limited in where you can use the ekran. Huh. I hadn't thought of that or knew this. I didn't know this was on the table.
Told me I'd never amount to anything in school.
Failed. Come to gear up?
You take care of yourself. Come to gear up?
This magazine would be a very small upgrade. I have 51 parts. I suppose the shotgun could be significantly upgraded.
You take care of your... Here you go. Have a look.
Damage for a time. That's good. That actually does something. As we could get this and we could get this. Well, we can't afford it, but it would at least be upgrades.
Remember, point away from the user.
Keep fighting the good fight now.
Some days I just want to get away from this place.
Alma? We never saw you like this.
I don't leave the link bed much these days. I've grown so used to being one of you.
You look different. But the same.
I'm the same. But you are changing. Growing. Every time we meet, you look more Nafi. We heard from the Aranahe. I never thought they would change their minds. And now, we are stronger than we ever were. That came from outside.
Maybe the Aranahe will come here now, to meet us. They won't like all this metal. You look comfortable with a bow, like a true Na'vi. Solek might know the answer.
Welcome back. I see you're settling in.
Scrap can always be useful if you know what you're doing.
That's good, sensible gear.
Yeah, they approve of my armor. Finally. In the beginning, everybody's just laughing at you. They keep commenting on how bad your armor is.
How's it going?
You don't want to miss this new piece. You need a new look.
Firearm damage. That is a good bonus. Right now I have kind of an irrelevant bonus.
Today?
Firearm damage on the arm guard. Yeah.
Keep it. You need a new look.
Maybe we buy these two things. Hacking. Ooh. Ooh. This could be super pog. And the arm guard, dude. Yeah, you can really buff up that attack range. Special ammo capacity, assault rifle special ammo. Extra ammo on enemy kill. Yeah, I'm pondering the extra hack range. It would make the stealth takedowns a lot easier. Alright, let's remember it.
Keep yourself in one piece.
What kind of gun is that? Looks cool.
We'll remember it, and then we'll go buy later.
Hey, what do you got for me?
A tablet I found, dropped by one of our people. Do you think you can fix it?
Ouch. Wish I could say yes. But what this tablet needs is a prayer, not a scientist. You said it belongs to someone in the Resistance?
Yeah. Human, based on the boot prints I found nearby, and female, judging from the audio recording I snagged from it. They made a point to record in privacy, away from HQ.
A human female. Well, that narrows it down. Good luck.
Any idea who might own that broken tablet?
They went out to record alone, so someone bold and proud. Maybe too proud for their own good, if they value privacy over personal safety.
Any idea who might own that broken tablet?
They went out to record alone, so... Oh my! I hope Sid doesn't get in the way. I guess it would be a bit rude to ask to study them, huh?
We don't get that supply drop by Friday, there's gonna be trouble.
If you need something fixed, take a number.
Okay, fine. It was a stupid bet to make.
Mm-hmm. I reckon I've seen Danny pick off targets at twice that range. Pretty comfortably, too.
Which you could have told me before I lost all my candy bars.
There's a diplomatic solution at the end of all this, I swear.
Have you been out in the rainforest recently, Nalin?
Yes, actually. I was at a field lab earlier. Just got back to HQ.
Did you drop anything on the way back? Gear or tech, perhaps?
Oh, no. I travel very light. The field lab has everything I need. Fewer things on me means fewer chances to be forgetful.
So, no time to record poetry, I guess.
Time for poetry?
Never mind. Have you seen Danny anywhere?
At the field lab. She stayed behind with some of the others.
She has no time to even be in touch with the ground. Like hovering over the ground.
The RDA's smart. We've got to be smarter.
With the Aranahe on our side, Etua saved my life. I thought I was a goner.
I think this tablet belongs to you.
No, sorry. Mine's tucked away safely in my locker. See all these scuff marks? It might belong to someone who's a bit less gentle, let's say.
Too many people around here now.
Welcome back.
Maybe if we... Nah. That'll never work.
Any idea who might own that broken tablet?
There you are.
I wonder if the Arana I could show them.
Anka, have you been out in the rainforest recently?
Well, yeah. I'm a pilot. I go out all the time. Gotta keep an eye on those RDA patrols, you know?
Any chance you dropped a piece of gear or tech the last time you went out?
What? No way. The only way I could do that is if I'm literally dropping a tablet from the cockpit or something.
Why did you say tablet when I mentioned missing gear? I didn't say tablet.
Just the first thing that popped in my head. I don't know.
Were you thinking of this tablet?
Where in the hell did you get that?
An Aranahe gatherer pointed me to where you dropped it.
What did you find on it?
I recovered some audio. Was that you?
Shit. We do not talk about this here. Follow me.
Sid could use a few upgrades, I think. Nothing major.
Nobody walks this slowly in real life. I just realized how slowly we walk.
It's embarrassing. I went to that spot specifically so no one would have to be subjected to my nonsense. How much did you hear, anyway?
All of it. I won't tell anyone.
Oh, all of it. That's great. I know the wasps didn't take too kindly to my poem. Ugh, why did I go to that spot in the first place? Real rookie business. What was I thinking?
I guess you were thinking about love.
I'm not exactly the best when it comes to talking about these feelings or whatever. Just really wanted a place away from all the noise to digest all this. You know the saying, love makes dumbass people do dumbass things, right? A good nothing that all did. Even without the RDA and these fun, tense times we live in, do you know how hard it is to try to be romantic here? I can't pick flowers without half of them trying to kill me.
Maybe I can help.
No, look, I appreciate the gesture and all, but let's not. I tried to get all mushy and ended up kicking the hornet's nest. Or a literal wasp's nest. Hive, same thing. So forget it. I'll move on. I'm good at this sort of thing. Good to see you.
Think what we could do with one of them 3D printers.
I mean, I'm not saying no to having some, but how exactly do you steal a whole printing bay?
Yeah, that's the hard part, ain't it?
I wonder if the Aranahet know how to use radios.
So this Ardmore.
I could show them.
Serious business, huh?
Best believe. They don't make someone a 4-star general for their table manners. Be glad we only got Harding.
There's nothing only about that woman.
Do you think 120 years from now, somebody would call, a manufacturing bay or, a forge bay or whatever it's called, or a printer, you think they would call it a 3D printer? I feel like in 120 years, the 3D printer is going to be the only kind of printer, right? You don't specify. It's kind of like saying, in the future, people say, spaceship, but, no, I mean, ship would just be a spaceship, and then if you meant a boat, you would say, a hydrodyne, or something, right? You would have, a really specific sort of technical term for, an ocean boat, right? And ship would just mean spaceship, right?
Is this how you greet the Sarentu after all this time?
I had to see for myself. Not even a flinch this one. Fearless like a Zeswa. Or perhaps just slow.
That depends on if I was the target.
My name is Nassim, Oloiktan of the Zeswa, and no warrior in Pandora can best our spears.
Then you have not seen us fight.
I heard you got those pompous weavers out of their tree. But the Sky People ravage our lands too.
We know them. All too well. I should get Alma.
Speak your own mind, Rinella.
We have the same enemy. We must fight together. So our envoy will come to you, just as our people once did.
My sister Minang hunts beneath the celebration arches, warrior. Fly the signal kite like our riders do, and she will answer your call.
Make sure you prepare before you go meet the Zeswatsahi. It is a long journey to the upper plains.
Long journey. That sounds very fun. Sounds like the engrossing part of the video game.
The Aranahe have some very interesting herbal remedies.
Now listen, I've been thinking about this. You know what I could do without?
It's the giant insects, right? You're starting on those again?
Bingo.
Gosh, the home tree is just fascinating structurally, don't you think?
What will the Aranahe think of us? We are so different from them.
Never has something been so beautiful and so terrifying all at the same time.
Must be cool.
Heard
flying
Jake
on
was
an
kicking
Ikran.
ass again.
Wind in your hair,
Well, you know
bugs
he
in your
would
teeth.
be. Being full-time Navi now. Living that blue...
Interesting. I really don't understand why we crashed now. I'm doing everything right. I'm running the MSI afterburner. Not making any errors here. Right now I'm calm, I'm not fearful, but this game starts crashing and I don't know why and I can't fix it. I'm gonna be so sad and so frustrated. So it crashed when I entered the base and talked to a lot of people and sprinted around.
Make sure you prepare before you go meet the Zeswatsahi. It is a long journey to the upper plains.
What will the Aranahe think of us? We are so different from them. Maybe the Aranahe will come here now to meet us. They won't like all this metal. Sometimes I wonder if we should cast off this human armor.
This spear will need a new tip soon. Sharpen it once more and it will vanish.
I wonder if the Aranahe know how to use radios. I could show them.
So, our three Navi sibling representatives, right, of the three positions, so Talon is all,
I'll ask him.
you know, more comfortable with the human life. Renala is just incredibly hammy, like,
Let me know if you want to do some target practice
you know,
later.
proud of being proud of her culture or whatever. I don't know. No fault. And then this guy is some weird mix.
I hope the Aranahe come here sometime. Words can only solve so much.
Using a tablet.
More Navi on board, huh?
Come to gear up?
Alright, so what do we buy? Very minor bullet increase damage.
You take care of yourself.
Maybe not.
Now listen, I've been thinking about this. You know what I could do without?
It's the giant insects, right? You're starting on those again?
Bingo.
Priya mentioned you might have a use for the RDA duty roster I found.
Human writings, they're computers. You can understand these things, yes?
Sure. You're looking for computer parts?
Information, names, and locations, like what you already found. I have heard whispers, surviving RDA soldiers, ones from the Battle of the Hallelujah Mountains. Ones who destroyed my clan are stationed again on Pandora. Different places now, different posts. Find them for me, and I will do the rest. I can supply you in turn, whatever you need.
Renella is really blossoming.
We've cleaved to calling the Ikanamaya location the Hallelujah Mountains. Because for whatever reason, that name is remembered better in the audience, you know, of the Avatar movies 14 years later. But I remember that place. That place had a different name, okay? It's not called the Hallelujah Mountain. It's called Ikanimaya or something.
We have so much to learn from the Aranahe. Their balance, their artistry.
We have the Sky People running scared. You fight with your whole heart. A shame your friends do not.
They do. Nor doesn't like to use metal, but he's helping the resistance. And Rinella is working with Alma.
Telan. He thinks I don't see his eyes light up when a human speaks to him, but I do. I see how he scrambles to fix their gear and answer their questions. He wants their approval.
He just likes human things.
He who does not know himself will seek meaning elsewhere. But there is only so much I can teach him. I do not know what it is to be a Sarentu.
Neither do I.
You are learning, and you can show him there is comfort to be found in Na'vi ways.
What will the Aranahe think of
Heard
us?
Jake was kicking ass again.
We are so different from
Well, you know he would be. Being full-time Navi now. Living that blue life.
That has to feel wild. Leaving the body you were born with for good? Swapping for a whole new one?
I wanted to shop from Solex's shop, but not open.
Get out of HQ a bit more. Explore Pandora.
Do you hesitate, envoy? Do not fear the grasslands. Our Tsahik will find you.
What if they decide to just land one of those ISVs on us?
They'd be torching a lot of their own stuff if they did.
I might take some relief in that if I trusted those people to be rational instead of incredibly spiteful.
That's a very good point.
Totally forgot.
The part about landing the ships on top of them or whatever. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry. I'm gonna destroy your fun a little bit. So, in my opinion, the society, the humans of the Avatar world, right? They are able to produce antimatter enough to fuel up an interstellar starship. Okay. I've read the design documents for that starship or whatever. It has like a cruising speed of like 90% or 80% of light speed or something, right? They're able to fuel it up with antimatter, slow down, right? And so keep that in mind. So the human society has access to enough energy and conversion efficiency to produce antimatter on like an industrial scale, right? that pretty much means they need to have they need to have like a energy source that's very large. Okay. So probably we're talking like solar panels orbiting the star, right? Orbiting the sun, right? Um, and then they also have powerful lasers that pushes the interstellar spaceship up to speed, right? Which is a very sensible thing to do. That is how you travel to other stars in real life, right? You'd get pushed with lasers, basically. Yeah. But think about what that implies about this human society, right? Like, is their version of mass transportation in the Sol system is to push things around with lasers and use light sails, right? So when they come to the Pandora star system, all they need to do is to build some factories in some of the asteroids in the Alpha Centauri star system, and start building some space infrastructure, right? In the Alpha Centauri star system, and there would be nothing the Navi could do about that. I mean, they, after a while, the lasers that these humans could have to shoot at Pandora to snipe any resistance by just kind of lighting on fire the general area, or just drying out the general area or whatever, you know, desiccating the area that's causing problems, you know. There'd be nothing they could do about it. So, you know, the space industry of the humans should kind of prevent there from really being any meaningful conflict. It should just be like a total stomp. And also, remember that stuff about the industrial scale antimatter production? You know what they could also do? They could take some of that antimatter fuel that's fueling the starship, and they could just load a little bit more antimatter in the cargo bay of the starship, right? And then they would basically have like nuclear weapons. Like they could fill up little soda cans with antimatter and just drop it from orbit. So like if there's any like resistance on Pandora, they would just sort of like, I don't know, 90 minutes later, 60 minutes later, they could just drop down a nuke on top of it. Like an antimatter bomb, you know? Blow up everything in like a kilometer radius, utterly. And create a lot of radiation further out. Now, of course, I'm not saying like they would just look at people and kill them instantly. I mean, there's a bit of delay on dropping these from orbit, but any kind of fixed settlement, any kind of point in any kind of base of resistance, right, would just be bombed by just dropping nukes from, well, antimatter nukes, which are much lighter, you know, much more mass efficient. Because if those interstellar spaceships can transport in like mech suits and bullets, it's much more efficient for those ships to transport in like antimatter soda can nukes. they have a lot less mass for how, you know, effective they are, right? So
To do that thing.
yeah. Have I pedantically ruined the Avatar franchise for you? Whoever's watching this, let me know in the comments, okay?
It's a miracle I
We were just
clean up
collecting
so
samples
well with
and
the rubbish I have to
we saw
work
that
with.
shot.
You need a new look.
But other than that, I really like Avatar. I really like this piece of science fiction because other than that stupidity, the fact that the humans really should be building space infrastructure and they're masters of using lasers to push spaceships around, so surely they could just use those same lasers to, you know, light things on fire after they get enough lasers in orbit, right? And also the antimatter, you know, nuke application, right? Those two pieces of stupidity, and one more thing, because Avatar actually has, they have a form of FTL communication based on like entanglement or something, which is not realistic, actually. It's a, there's no way to send information using entangled particles or whatever. That's a misunderstanding. But other than those three flaws, right? Two are like behavioral stupidity of the agents in the fiction, and one is like an error of understanding of physics. Other than those 3 flaws, I think Avatar is actually the most realistic sort of fantasy sci-fi I've ever seen. You know, sounds kind of weird because it's obviously it's a very fantastical, very cartoonish. You know, Pandora is very beautiful and everything is very contrived to be like sort of, I guess, pleasing. But you know, there's not going to be any Na'vi on Alpha Centauri in real life. The probability of that is extremely low, right? But if you're willing to grant the low probability, right? There's nothing unrealistic about any of this. Like James Cameron really did his homework when it came to like you know, the scientific plausibility of like all of this. Even the really wild out there stuff, the animals that like sort of connect themselves and all this stuff. I mean, it's not impossible.
Well, actually, a whipfang flicks it at you with its fangs. Thus the name.
End result's still the same, though.
So because of that,
You need a new look.
I am actually a big fan of this work of sci-fi in popular media. Because usually you don't have things that are pleasing or cool, but that are also realistic, like within the bounds of possible, right? But Avatar actually is. I'm not claiming it's probable. I'm saying, you know, the probability is nothing, right? Probability is like nothing at all. Like it's definitely not real, but at least it is not literally impossible, which is a different level of plausibility compared to a lot of other. A lot of sci-fi that people like is literally impossible.
In one piece.
Weak spot damage, melee resistance, stealth. Okay. Oh yeah, the favor thing. Yeah. I guess we'll go with the Sid range. Health restore on kill. That's not a lot of health though. Oh yeah, another criticism of the video game. I think they have the wrong model for health and health regen and all this stuff. They have a model that just encourages you to run away from the enemy, which exposes the flaw in the AI that if you just run away and let the enemy leash, you can potshot them with sniping fire, right? So I think it's a mistake to have health that doesn't regenerate and then you gotta be safe for a few seconds and then you regenerate, right? I think it would have been better if you just had a bigger health bar that just slowly regenerated all the time. Something like that. Or maybe, this is stupid, but it's sort of not realistic. It's not really very diegetic, but maybe they could have done the Space Marine or Doom approach, where like to regenerate your health, you need to like score a melee kill. To encourage you to go close to the enemy, to not do the sniping stuff. But I mean that wouldn't make any lore sense, you know. Really, would feel very incongruous if that was how they did it. But from an incentive structure point of view, it's honestly the best they could have done, probably. Ranged, stealth, wildlife, weak spot damage, stealth, wildlife. So they're the same, except this gives range resistance, which I care about, I guess. Oh my god. What is this? It's an even bigger incentive to do the stupid stuff I was talking about. break line of sight for 5 seconds, and then you get a buff for a time. You're being rewarded for doing it. Our current one is wildlife, elemental, and ranged. I mean, I'll use it because it is better. Better base stats. Alright, so we purchased the
What'll it be today?
We purchased the hacking stuff. 15% firearm. 12% RDA. That's really similar. And also this applies to bows and stuff.
Keep yourself in one piece. You need a new look.
Range resistance. That's a downgrade.
Yes, well, look good out. What'll it be today?
Firearm. Well, that's better than what we have, right?
Good out there.
That's actually
What'll
a candidate.
It be today?
Could buy this. Range resistance. It's a downgrade.
Keep yourself in one piece. You need a new look.
Wait, that's even more SID range?
Yes, well, look good. You need a new look.
I'll buy that too. Wait. Oh no, that's a mod? I thought it was like a helmet. I just bought the bad version.
Yes, well, look good out there. You need
I just
a new
wasted
look.
the parts. Oh well. Range resistance.
Yes, well, look.
What was it?
What'll it be today?
Chest guard.
Yes, well, look good out. What'll it be today?
We already have 10% firearms damage on this thing, so we don't want to replace that. Yeah, I guess we buy this one. And now we're out of parts.
Keep yours up.
We downgrade. And we get extra firearms damage. What do we look like now? Yeah, we look okay, I guess.
In one piece.
Alright, let's talk to the other merchant over here. Although we can't
Here's
afford
Navi,
anything.
The Zeswa. Ever met one?
Saw one of their hunting parties once during transport, back at Secops. The battle cry was scary enough, but then a 20-foot spear flew past the cockpit at an arm's length. Warning shot. Still have nightmares.
Damn.
I've been thinking, if we had more Navi with us here, you know, we could be doing so much more.
Heck yeah. Could pull off some of those Jake-style raids. Grab supplies to last us weeks instead of days.
Well, those, yes. But what I mean was learning from them. And being better able to reach out to the clans.
Physics.
Fail to prepare. Prepare. Here you go. Have a look.
When it says 10% RDA, that's like character-wide, right? So, that's a character-wide buff. This does 5/6 of the damage of my existing rifle. But it has a RDA damage buff. This doesn't have.
You take care. Come to gear up.
Yeah, what about my bowstring? Heavy bowstrings. Blast damage, RDA. Oh, that's RDA damage. That's really good.
You take care.
I really
Here you
want
go. Have a look.
really want firearms damage. And RDA damage. Longbow. That's a downgrade.
Take care of yours. Come to gear up.
Alright, well, since this is a character-wide effect, right? Since it's like 15% RDA damage, we should really get this. Although we can't afford it now, but yeah, we should actually get this. Yeah, and we should get a shotgun that has RDA damage too, probably. I really like my 6 damage assault rifle. It's been an amazing investment.
Remember, point away from the user.
Alright, I think we're done here. Alright, now, oh yeah, we have cosmetics, I bet. Let's not accidentally destroy our face. We're using this one. Okay, I have a complaint. So the lighting here is just very blue. It should be sunlight, you know, or something. Like it should, you know, maybe there should be a night scene and a day scene, but like the light here is just really blue, so the hair just looks like pink. Like regardless of which color you're using, like you have no idea what you actually look like. Yeah, we can have paint. Subdued green all over the place. Could be. Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird. You can. There's all this customization of your appearance, but like you never look at yourself because the game is first person. I guess it matters in co-op. Your friend can look at you. Really just about looking cool. Impress your friend. Alright, here's a cooking station. Oh, we're taking their spare parts.
Hey, got any interesting samples?
I'm still pinching myself I made it out here. Told me I'd never amount to anything in school.
Exactly, like the dorsal sail of the Sound Blast Colossus. Its aperture membranes letting air in and out.
Airship nacelle armor, air filtration, or cooling system. So many applications.
Ah, there's a good. There it is. Alright, so the crown rule was we need to craft some super exquisite food or whatever. which, you know, to be honest, we're gonna need to buy some ingredients. Which means we finally have a use for all our clan favor. I've never been up here. RDA rush. Alright. I am aware that I really should read some of those lore entries now. In a while.
Nisim seems like a fighter. How come she hasn't joined us before?
We had to prove our worth to them as warriors. The Zeswa can ride fast, but they do not like to wait for others. The wind in their grasslands is so sharp it can slice through mountains. It is a fierce land, so the Zeswa must be even fiercer.
It will be different, but we are ready for the challenge.
You must go without your Ikran. She would not follow you into the grasslands.
Why not?
It is unknown sky to her, too far from her own. You must trust the bond, new as it may be. She will join you once we have learned more of the land and its challenges.
How will I travel then?
You will learn. And when you are ready, the Zeswa ancestors can show you the way. But for now, fly to the waterfall cliffs. There is a cave system that runs all the way up to the plains.
Really? There's another map. This is not the game. This is not the game. There is another map. Or at least I think so. It sounds like they need me to go through a loading screen. Cave system, huh? Thing looks special. Oh yeah, now that we have the Ikran, there's some mountains that I'm just unable to climb successfully that we can now fly up to. Although, like I said, we need to afford the Ikran using according to my own house rule. The rule is that we need to sacrifice some exquisite food in order to call on it. And I don't actually have any exquisite food, so we need to go get some. Buy some, even. In favor. Very interesting how the game did crash, even though I've done everything right. So the game is not immune to crashing. But it was just inside the resistance base when I was walking around, triggering a lot of different things to load in all at the same time. That's actually very concerning because it means that if there is a scene in the end of the game where like 15 Navi are charging like 100 RDA amp suits, my computer will crash. And we're not going to be able to progress past that, I think. At least not until some kind of fix comes out for it. Yeah, remember this place? Well, it's a good place to break the recording for YouTube here.